Hey guys, my name is Chase and this is a makeup tutorial for FTM trans guys who are looking to cover up their acne in a way that looks natural and just to regain some self-confidence. I know that before I started testosterone, I had really clear skin. Like, I have never dealt with a pimple and it was such a blessing. But obviously, after you're taking hormones, that all changed. The oil content in my skin completely changed, and my acne has pretty much only gone downhill in these past 2 years. In the last few months, I've been experimenting with putting on makeup in order to regain some of that confidence that I had before all this acne came into my life. So today I'm just going to be sharing my routine on what I do before I go to school or work, just to regain some of that self-confidence. So first I just started off by washing my face, and then I go in with 2 primers. First one is e.l.f. Blemish Control. Just put a little on the back of my hand. Rub that mainly on the bottom of my face. Like, most of the acne is right here. And then I go in with the Maybelline Master Prime. I go in with the green one to help control like the redness in my face. And then rub that where all of that redness is, which there's a lot. Next I'm gonna grab my beauty blender, which is just the off-brand one from Target, and my Fenty Beauty. I use the shade 110. This is like one of the nicest products in my collection. It was actually a gift. And I know that a lot of my friends have told me that if they have really dry skin, that the Fenty Beauty doesn't work that well. But because as trans guys we have super duper oily skin, this has actually worked really well for me. So what I do is I put some directly on the beauty blender, and then I just kind of go at it. And I'm trying to keep it below my eye bags, because if I cover my eye bags, it's gonna look very unnatural and like that I'm wearing a full face of makeup. And the goal here is just to eliminate all that extra redness that the acne is causing. I try not get too much on my nose, maybe a little bit on the bridge because I get a little sunburnt, but very lightly just to fix the color a little bit. I also try to avoid getting it on my top lip because I feel that makes it look really cakey and unnatural. Okay, so next I go in with a little contour because right now I'm kind of looking like a ghost, like a flat face. So I use the e.l.f. This is in the shade Medium. So what I do is I make a little triangle right here. And keep in mind that everyone's face shape is different, so maybe you don't need a contour, maybe your contour is in a different place, maybe you want it higher up or lower. I also do just a little bit of definition in my jaw, just to keep that manly jaw shape. And then I take the other side of my beauty blender and I just blend that out. I try not to bring it too low because I find that makes it look really unnatural. So just try and keep it up high like this. And I know it might be freaking you out that, oh my gosh, that's so dark. But once we set it down, I find that it just tones down that color a little bit. And then I don't add any product, and I just do like little light taps on the sides of my nose just to help bring some of that definition back. Next, I take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless setting powder in 100. And I take a flat brush like this, and normally I just tap it because it's used up. I swirl it and then just put it on everywhere. You want to go in with fast motions like this to really pack it into the skin. And as you see, once I go over it with the powder, it really tones down the red and the yellow color in that contour and makes it look a lot more natural. And if I find that it's still too dark, I just sweep it a little bit like this. Okay, and next I go in with my Make It Last setting spray. This is actually like a brand new addition to my routine, but it has changed everything because it just makes everything just melt together and stay on a lot better. So I just go in like this. And then something that's extremely important in my experience is filling in my eyebrows. When I fill in my eyebrows, I feel it just makes me look a lot more intense and manly. So first I go in with the spoolie end of just any like brow pencil, and I sweep them all the way up. Then I take the other end and I start in the center and just lightly go over it. After I fill in that whole eyebrow, I go and sweep them all the way up again, just to get rid of any harsh lines I may have created. And then I take the spoolie and just brush them down to maintain that shape that I made. If you're just aiming for a completely natural look, this is where I would stop. So I made sure not to get it too much on my nose, not to cover my eye bags or any of my eyes, or any of my forehead, unless you need to because there's more acne up there. And basically the aim here is just to put on new skin to cover up all the redness and acne that I do not want. If you're a little more adventurous like me, I like to put on highlight. So the highlight that I like to use is this one in the shade Icing. I got this from like a dollar makeup store on the internet, but it is amazing. But if you can't find this, I don't know if they're still selling this one. The e.l.f. ones are also really good. I like the shades Pink Diamond and Moonlight Pearls. Those are both really good. But this one is just a little more intense, and that is the look that I am going for. So I just take, this is a paintbrush actually. It's a lot cheaper than buying makeup brushes. And I swipe it there. I just put it on the highlights of my cheekbone. And if I'm feeling a little crazier like I am today, I do a full-on highlight here. And I also go in and put a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my nose. And the last thing I like to do is put on some chapstick. And that is the final look. Thanks for watching. If you want any other tutorials, go ahead and leave it in the comments and subscribe for more content. Bye.